Welcome back to my channel King Medic. Today we will discuss about cell. What is the cell, functions, structure, etc. Key points for this topic that may help you to understand this topic very well. Let's start our topic. Introduction. All the living things are composed of cells. A single cell is the smallest unit that has all the characteristics of life. Cell is defined as the structural and functional unit of the living body. Cells have many criteria that are very important to cell life. Needs nutrition and oxygen. Produces its own energy necessary for its growth, repair, and other activities. Eliminates carbon dioxide and other metabolic wastes. Maintains the medium, the environment for its survival. Shows immediate response to the entry of invaders like bacteria or toxic substances into the body. Reproduces by division. There are some exceptions like neuron, which do not reproduce. Structure of the cell is. It has three main components: outer layer, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Cell has two layers in the animal and three layers in the plants. Outermost layer in the animal is cell membrane, and in the plant cell wall. Cell membrane. Cell membrane is a protective sheath, enveloping the cell body. It is also known as plasma membrane or plasmalemma. This membrane separates the fluid outside the cell called extracellular fluid and the fluid inside the cell called intracellular fluid. The cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane. So, there is free exchange of certain substances between ECF and ICF. Thickness of the cell membrane varies from 75 to 111A. Composition of the cell membrane. It has largest number of proteins, that 55%. It also consists of lipids and carbohydrate, that 40% and 5%. Structure of the cell membrane. On the basis of the structure, cell membrane is called unit membrane or three-layer membrane. Three layers of the cell membrane. 1 electron-lucent layer. 2 electron-dense layer. 2 electron-dense layer are placed on the one on either side electron-lucent layer. Central layer is formed by lipid substances and rest of layer are protein substances. Structural model of the cell membrane. First is Danielli-Davson model or sandwich model. This was proposed by James F. Danielli and Hugh Davson in 1935. In this model was basically a sandwich of lipids covered by proteins on both sides. Second is unit membrane model. It was proposed by J.T. Robertson in 1957. It was basically based on the electron microscopic studies. Third one is fluid mosaic model. This is proposed by S.J. Singer and G.L. Nicholson in 1972. And this is following as ordinary model. According to them, the membrane is a fluid with mosaic of protein. Mosaic means pattern formed by arrangement of different colored pieces of stone, tile, glass, or other such materials. In this model, the proteins are found to float in the lipid layer instead of forming the layer of the sandwich type model. Functions of the cell membrane. It has many functions, but here we have highlighted some function. Like protection, selective permeability, absorptive function, excretory and exchange of gas, and maintain shape of the cell and size. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm of the cell is jelly-like material formed by 80% of water. It contains two type liquid portions, cytosol and cellular organelles. Cytoplasm is made up of two zones: ectoplasm, peripheral part of cytoplasm, situated just below the cell membrane, and endoplasm, inner part of cytoplasm, interposed between the ectoplasm and the nucleus. Organelles in the cytoplasm. Its are considered as small organs of the cell due to their specific functions. Organelles are two type based on the present or absent of membrane. Some organelles that have found every cell, like ribosome, but some not. Like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome, peroxisome, centrosomes and centrioles, secretory vesicles, mitochondria, nucleus. All of these are membrane-bounded organelles. Other like ribosome and cytoskeleton are not bounded with membrane. Each organelle is having a definite structure and specific functions. endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, mitochondria, lysosome, cytoskeleton, Golgi apparatus. All organelles and their functions are shown here. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, synthesis of proteins and degradation of the worn-out organelles. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, synthesis of lipid and steroids, role in cellular metabolism, storage, and metabolism of calcium and catabolism and detoxification of the toxic substances. Golgi apparatus, processing, packaging, labeling, and delivery of proteins and lipids. Lysosome, degradation of macromolecules, degradation of worn-out organelles, removal of excess of secretory products and secretion of perforin, granzymes, melanin, and serotonin. Peroxisomes, breakdown of excess fatty acids, detoxification of hydrogen peroxide and other metabolic products, oxygen utilization, acceleration of gluconeogenesis, degradation of purine to uric acid, role in the formation of myelin and role in the formation of bile acids. Centrosome, movement of chromosome during cell division. Mitochondria, production of energy, synthesis of ATP, initiation of apoptosis. Ribosomes, protein synthesis. Cytoskeleton, determination of shape of the cell, stability of cell shape and cellular movements. Nucleus, control of all activities of the cell, synthesis of RNA, sending genetic instruction to cytoplasm for protein synthesis, formation of subunits at ribosome, control of cell division and storage of hereditary information in genes, DNA. Nucleus. Nucleus is the most prominent and the largest cellular organelle. It has a diameter of 10 micrometer to 22 micrometer and occupies about 10% of total volume of the cell. Nucleus is present in all the cells in the body except the red blood cells. The cells with nucleus are called eukaryotes and those without nucleus are known as prokaryotes. Presence of nucleus is necessary for cell division. Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is double-layered and porous in nature. This allows the nucleoplasm to communicate with the cytoplasm. The outer layer of nuclear membrane is continuous with the membrane of endoplasmic reticulum. The space between the two layers of nuclear membrane is continuous with the lumen of endoplasmic reticulum. Pores of the nuclear membrane are guarded by protein molecules. Diameter of the pores is about 80 to 100 nanometers. It is decreased to about 7 to 9 nanometers because of the attachment of protein molecules with the periphery of the pores. Exchange of materials between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm occurs through these pores. Nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is a highly viscous fluid that forms the ground substance of the nucleus. It is similar to cytoplasm present outside the nucleus. Nucleoplasm surrounds chromatin and nucleolus. It contains dense fibrillar network of proteins called the nuclear matrix and many substances such as nucleotides and enzymes. The nuclear matrix forms the structural framework for organizing chromatin. The soluble liquid part of nucleoplasm is known as nuclear hyaloplasm. Chromatin. Chromatin is a thread-like material made up of large molecules of DNA. The DNA molecules are compactly packed with the help of a specialized basic protein called Hy. Chromatin is referred as DNA histone complex. It forms the major bulk of nuclear material. DNA is a double helix which wraps around central core of 8 histone molecules to form the fundamental packing unit of chromatin called nucleosome. Nucleosomes are packed together tightly with the help of a histone molecule to form a chromatin fiber. Just before cell division, the chromatin condenses to form chromosome. Chromosomes. Chromosome is the rod-shaped nuclear structure that carries a complete blueprint of all the hereditary characteristics of that species. A chromosome is formed from a single DNA molecule coiled around histone molecules. Each DNA contains many genes. Normally, the chromosomes are not visible in the nucleus under microscope. Only during cell division, the chromosomes are visible under microscope. This is because DNA becomes more tightly packed just before cell division, which makes the chromosome visible during cell division. All the dividing cells of the body except reproductive cells contain 23 pairs of chromosomes. Each pair consists of one chromosome inherited from mother and one from father. The cells with 23 pairs of chromosomes are called diploid cells. The reproductive cells called gametes or sex cells contain only 23 single chromosomes. These cells are called haploid cells. Nucleolus. Nucleolus is a small, round granular structure of the nucleus. Each nucleus contains one or more nucleoli. The nucleolus contains RNA and some proteins, which are similar to those found in ribosomes. The RNA is synthesized by 5 different pairs of chromosomes and stored in the nucleolus. Later, it is condensed to form the subunits of ribosomes. All the subunits formed in the nucleolus are transported to cytoplasm through the pores of nuclear membrane. In the cytoplasm, these subunits fuse to form ribosomes, which play an essential role in the formation of proteins. Functions of nucleus. Control of all the cell activities that include metabolism, protein synthesis, growth, and reproduction. Synthesis of RNA. Formation of subunits of ribosomes, sending genetic instruction to the cytoplasm for protein synthesis through messenger RNA. Control of the cell division through genes. Storage of hereditary information, in genes, and transformation of this information from one generation of the species to the next. Gene expression. Gene expression is the process by which the information, encoded in the gene is converted into functional gene product or document of instruction that is used for protein synthesis. Gene expression involves 2 steps, transcription and translation. Growth factors. Growth factors are proteins which act as cell signaling molecules like cytokines and hormones. These factors bind with specific surface receptors of the target cell and activate proliferation, differentiation, or maturation of these cells. Cell death. It is occurred by 3 processes: apoptosis, necrosis, and autophagy. About the cell death we will discuss separately in the next video. For the next video, please subscribe my channel. Cell adaptation. It very essential process for cell to new environment and to changing her physical and chemical state. It is providing a steady altered state to cell for surviving, and continuous to cell growth and functionally in the abnormal environment. It is 4 types: atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, and metaplasia. It is a large topic and have more information in that, so I will make it separate video on coming days. So please subscribe my channel for coming new videos. Cell degradation. It is a process characterized by damage of the cells at cytoplasmic level, without affecting the nucleus. Degeneration may result in functional impairment or deterioration of a tissue or an organ. It is common in metabolically active organ like liver, heart, and kidney. Degenerative changes are reversible in most of the cells. Cell aging. Cell aging is the gradual structural and functional changes in the cells that occur over the passage of time. It is now suggested that cell aging is due to damage of cellular substances like DNA, RNA, proteins, and lipids, etc. When the cell becomes old. When more cellular substances are damaged, the cellular function decreases. This causes deterioration of tissues, organs, or parts of the body. Finally, the health of the body starts declining and this leads to death. So, the cell aging determines the health and lifespan of the body. Stem cells. Stem cells are the primary cells capable of reforming themselves through mitotic division and differentiating into specialized cells. These cells serve as repair system of the body and are present in all multicellular organisms. 2 types of stem cells.